Hey guys, this is Dr. Insaniac, and this is Dr. Insaniac's Super Besterest movie reviews because I'm the Super Besterest at doing the movie reviews because my name is Dr. Insaniac. And I saw this movie. It was called Heart of Dragon, and I thought it was going to be really cool because it had Jackie Chan in it. And this movie starts off, and because Jackie Chan, he's like this yellow ninja, and because no one can see him and all of his friends, and they're sneaking around and they beat up these guys, and then they all get caught. And then it turns out that it wasn't like real. It wasn't a real thing because he wasn't really a ninja. They were all cops, and he was trying to be a super cop. And the guy with the scary eyebrows, he was the real super cop. And he says, "Hey, Jackie Chan, you're good enough to be a super cop." And then Jackie Chan wants to be the super cop, but then he has to go on a boat ride for 7 months. And but he can't go on the boat ride because he has to stay at home and take care of his brother, Sammo Hung. And because Sammo Hung has special brain disablement. And because Sammo Hung has a special brain disablement, he still thinks he's like a little kid, and so he hangs out with all these little kids, and they're always getting in trouble because Sammo Hung pretends to be an adult, but he doesn't have any money, so he always gets into trouble. And then Jackie Chan comes home from work one day, and he's all angry because he wants to be a cop, but he can't be a super cop because of Sammo Hung, and so he starts yelling at Sammo Hung, and he screams, and then he hits him, and everybody cries, and it's all real sad. And then Sammo Hung goes to this place to get a job, and there's this guy there, and he's real mean, and he says he can hire Sammo Hung to be a dog, and so Sammo Hung runs around and he barks at everybody, and it's real sad. And then Sammo Hung, he's playing like cops and robbers with his little friend, and he points his toy gun at with this bad guy, and the bad guy drops his bag with the stuff in it, and then actually I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff happens. I don't really remember too well because I think maybe I saw this movie like 2 years ago. And then the bad guys, they kidnap Sammo Hung, and then Jackie Chan has to get this guy out of prison and then give him to the bad guys. But he's like, I'm not gonna really give him to the bad guys. I'm gonna beat up the bad guys first. And then there's like this, there's a car chase because the police are trying to get Jackie Chan, and then Jackie Chan gets away. And then Jackie Chan goes to this big building and all of his friends, and they start sneaking around and beating people up. And then Jackie Chan fights the bad guy, and then the bad guy throws him all the way across the room, which was like the coolest part in the movie. And then everybody's, hitting everybody else with like sticks and stuff, and then the building explodes, and then the guy with the big eyebrows comes out, and he's like, "Okay, as soon as you get out of jail, you can come and be a super cop." And then Jackie Chan goes to jail, and then that's the end of the movie. So this movie I thought was going to be really cool because it had Jackie Chan in it, but Jackie Chan wasn't really in this movie a whole lot. Most of the movie was about Sammo Hung and him hanging around with these little kids and doing silly things. So I don't think this movie was really very good.
Click the subscribe button because you know you want to, and remember to squish that like button. Squish it!